Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Black Ops 1. I know it's weird, Black Ops 1 here in 2024, and the footage itself is ugly. Can we just acknowledge the nostalgia here for a second? Not only the 720p pixelated footage I have here, because back in the day when I made my videos, I had a Walmart computer, right? I would literally have to record all of my videos and render them overnight because 1 minute of footage in a video took about an hour for my computer to render. So a 10-minute video would take 10 hours. And so I would go to bed, wake up next day, my video was still rendering. That's if my PC didn't crash. It was a pain in the ass back in the day to get YouTube videos up. But you know what? When you love something, when you want to do something, you find a way to do it. But the other bit of nostalgia here, look at the voice chat. Now, it's going to be popping up here and then, but man, these are people that I have not played with in years. These are people that I used to spend every single night with back in 2010, 2011. This footage right here, in fact, is from 9 months into the Black Ops 1 life cycle. And we also have some other old footage that we're going to be checking out in this video, because it does tie into the topic I want to discuss, because I feel like if we look back at a game like Black Ops 1, we can see why COD was amazing back in the day, and we can see aspects of the game that they should really be looking at going forward here in the Call of Duty franchise. Now, I have to admit, I was not really sure what to do a video on today, and then suddenly I got a suggestion from John Sna over on Twitter, a classic gameplay of Black Ops 1 and why that game was so good, and that ties into things I've been talking about recently with Modern Warfare 3. As of right now, we're waiting for Season 2. I've been discussing skill-based matchmaking to death, which, I mean, here, watch the footage, for crying out loud. Like, you're trying to tell me skill-based matchmaking existed back in the day. Get out of here with that. They're trying to, like, go back and try to taint the older CODs, like the golden era of Call of Duty, by being like, you know, that game had skill-based matchmaking too. You guys didn't complain back then. Look at the people we played against back then. The game was actually relaxing. It was actually chill. In fact, this was an old commentary of mine. I think I said something like I had like 20 days of playtime 9 months into the Black Ops 1 life cycle. I can't tell you guys last time I put 20 days of playtime into a COD. Probably Black Ops 4, honestly, because Blackout and then multiplayer and zombies. But in general, 20 days is like a pipe dream for me now, because you know what? I'll just straight up say it. COD is not relaxing anymore. More often than not, it's just stressful. It's not like a fun way to like chill out at the end of the night. When I play nowadays, I just feel stressed out more than I feel any kind of enjoyment from playing the game, and that's due to skill-based matchmaking. But SBMM aside, you guys have heard me talk recently about how we can make COD more interesting in general, and I did a whole video talking about this, but the kill streaks, right? Kill streaks in COD nowadays are way harder to earn, not only because of skill-based matchmaking, but the score. I mean, a chopper gun back in Black Ops 1 was a 9 kill streak. Now it's like a 12, 13. I don't even know. I don't even use them in Modern Warfare 3 because it's just not worth going for. On top of the fact that they're harder to earn thanks to skill-based matchmaking, and it requires way more score and way more kills, you also have the fact that the kill streaks themselves are not nearly as powerful because spawn protection has been ramped up to infinity, and that just makes the kill streaks feel even worse, because the third pillar of why kill streaks suck now is they're really easy to take out. They have spawn protection, so people can spawn in with their assault rifle and stand there immune to your chopper gunner and just shoot you out of the sky in just a couple of seconds. Even faster if there's more than one person shooting at the kill streak. Like, kill streaks in general just feel terrible. And you go back to a game like Black Ops 1 here, the game was almost built around kill streaks, as was the original Modern Warfare 2. But I think what Treyarch did was they found a way to strike a balance between too many kill streaks and kill streak spam, like we had in the original Modern Warfare 2, and kill streaks feeling rewarding, like we had here in Black Ops 1. The difference between Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops 1 was the kill streaks did not stack back in Modern Warfare 2, which is why the Modern Warfare 3 maps that we have now feel kind of off a little bit. It feels like the maps don't flow the same way that they used to. Well, that's because back in the day, a Predator missile would get you your Harrier would get you your Pavlo, maybe your AC-130, maybe your chopper gunner, maybe you're going for nukes. Like, kill streaks were a major factor of the original Modern Warfare 2 maps, and in Modern Warfare 3, when they remastered all those maps, I mean, kill streaks are a non-factor in that game. Let's be completely honest here. Like, besides like UAV spam, kill streaks are really not that big of a factor. You might see a sentry gun now and then. On the odd game, you might see an Overwatch helicopter or something like that. But what Treyarch did back with Black Ops 1 is kill streaks did not stack anymore, but they were still relatively easy to get if you were an above average player, or you're playing your life, or if you really made sure you got your streaks. And most importantly, once you got them, the kill streaks always delivered, man. Attack dogs, the chopper gunner, the Blackbird, for crying out loud. The Blackbird was so damn good. good. What's the advanced UAV nowadays here in a game like Modern Warfare 3? Is that like a 14 kill streak? It was an 8 kill streak back then, and it really made the game feel a lot better. It made the games flow a lot faster, and most importantly, you felt rewarded when you played. And every single match that you got into, it didn't really matter like who was on the other team. It didn't matter like what your prestige was or what was going on in your day-to-day life. What really mattered to me back then was what was happening in that particular game. What is happening on the life that I'm currently on? You know, I just get a 3 kill streak. Well, now I'm thinking to myself, holy shit, 5 more, and I got myself a Blackbird that puts me 1 away from a chopper gunner, and then suddenly I'm having a great time. Like every life in the older CODs, especially a game like Black Ops 1, felt important. It felt interesting. I felt engaged. Oh my God. Activision shareholders just got wet. I just used their favorite word, engagement. I felt engaged whenever I played a game like Black Ops 1. And they didn't need any fancy bells and whistles to make a game like Black Ops 1 interesting. You had relatively simple maps that were set in a really interesting time period. I mean, Black Ops 1 was the first game in this sort of Vietnam / like Cold War era, you know what I mean? Like before that, everything was World War II or it was modern. This kind of took us back to the past a little bit. It's the iconic guns like the MP5K and the M16, everybody's favorite from Moss, which got spammed all to death, the AK-74U. Hell, there are so many guns in Black Ops 1, I would have a hard time sitting here naming every single one of them because there were so many. And the maps themselves were relatively simple, but we had everything back then that made COD good. You had fun guns, fun maps, a prestige system. They had the COD point system, which is also interesting. They're never going to bring that back. I've made videos on that in the past, but the game itself was engaging because of its core gameplay mechanics. Every single match, you're working on your kill streaks. Every single match, you're trying to win because you had a public combat record that everybody else could see. Every single match, you weren't just getting matched up with other people based on your skill. You were getting matched up with people based on your connection, and it felt really good when you're playing the game to really understand, like, these are just a random mishmash of players here. Am I better than the average Joe? Am I better than this random accountant that's in my lobby? Am I better than this 10th grader over here? Am I better than my friends? Am I, you just get into a match based on connection and you see yourself progress as a player. You see yourself going from that person that wasn't really that good at the game to being that person that's usually above average in lobbies until eventually you see yourself as one of the people that's like one of the top 2, top 3 in every single match, and that really feels good. The game itself rewarded you for getting better at it. It rewarded you for engaging with it. It rewarded you because the more you played, the better you got, and everything wasn't about shop bundles. It was about the core gameplay itself. And season passes. They wanted to sell you those 2 in map packs back in the day. But, you know, it was a whole different time period, man. We're talking like 2011 here. But I do think that's relevant. I think what we learned in games like Black Ops 1 back in 2011 can definitely be applied here in 2024. I don't think that they work to make the games as engaging as they can anymore. They're more focused on making the matchmaking as engaging as it can by having engagement optimized matchmaking or skill-based matchmaking or whatever it is you want to call it. Like, the game feels rigged a lot of the time when you play COD now. And then not only is the matchmaking kind of screw you, like no matter what, like the game is trying to screw you actively via the matchmaking, but even if you can get past that and you get into a game of Modern Warfare 3 or Modern Warfare 2, Vanguard, all the recent more Warzone era CODs, I think you guys were calling it in the comments in my last video, when you get into the match, despite the matchmaking, it's not as engaging as it used to be. At least if you're a respawn player, maybe for search and destroy, but if you're somebody that's playing 10v10 or you're a domination player, a hardpoint player or whatever, you know, kill streaks are a non-factor. They just aren't. Like, you may want to go for them on occasion, but in general, kill streaks just don't show up. Like, I'm sure many of you guys played COD today. How many of your games did somebody on your team or the other team call in a kill streak higher than like a precision airstrike? You know, you yourself might be calling in kill streaks, but I'm talking the average person in your lobby. How often do you see a chopper gunner? How often do you see an advanced UAV? How often do you see anything being called in by somebody that isn't you or the person you're playing the game with? It never happens because the game itself, they basically just got rid of kill streaks. They got rid of prestige mode. They got rid of everything that kind of felt engaging about the game. They did add weapon levels and a very engaging, in my opinion, camo grind. I do like the camo grind in COD, but they gave up and they lost so many things that made COD great back in the day for this new system that we have now, when I think in reality they would win back a lot of older players and also engage newer players by having a lot of these old features come back. Make kill streaks relevant again, make them powerful, make them a little bit easier to earn, make them more powerful, make them so they don't get shot down immediately, make kill streaks a factor. That's like one of the things that made COD interesting back in the day. For the love of God, bring back prestige mode. It's a video game. Something as simple as leveling up, believe it or not, feels good for a lot of people. Like, what is wrong with that? Like, even I can remember before I hit max level here in like season 1 of Modern Warfare 3, I'm running around playing Search and Destroy, and even just something as simple as like, okay, we're playing Search, we've all 6 of us are alive, there's only 2 people alive on the other team, but I have the bomb. I'm happy as can be running over to that bomb site to plant, thinking to myself, hey, there's a good amount of XP right there. It feels good, but they took that away for some reason. Like, the old CODs, there is a magic to them. Black Ops 1, for me personally, is my favorite. Black Ops 2 is a very close second. I mean, everyone else has different rankings, I know, but for me, Black Ops 1 was like the game. I love it. And a lot of the aspects that made Black Ops 1 great are no longer a feature in COD, and I think Activision should really learn from that. I think it would be better for the games as a whole. I think it'd be better for the hardcore fans as well as the newer fans, but I just don't see them ever doing it because it's been so long, and it seems like they keep going down this rabbit hole of changing things and removing features that made COD amazing so they can, I don't know, push shop bundles and Warzone. Like, I don't know. Like, when it comes to the normal multiplayer, they have such a rich history with this franchise. Like, there's so many things they could look back on and bring back, but instead they're happy just to remake the same 5 maps every single year. Oh, you guys want Shipment back? You guys want Rust back? How about Modern Warfare 3 Dome, even though it's actually kind of a shitty map? You want to bring that back? We're going to bring that back for you. We listen to the community. How about the core gameplay features that made COD so interesting, and then interweave those old school core features with some of the newer features, the good ones that is, that they have now, and what would come of that? It would be fantastic, but I don't know if we're ever going to see that happen. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all for this video here today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the trip down memory lane. Let me know your favorite Call of Duty game and why down there in the comments, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.